Who was Anne Frank? Good morning, Ma'am Tina and my dear friends. My name is Hapsari Nilakandi from Class 10 Science 4, and on this occasion, I would like to tell you the story of Anne Frank, a legend and a very important person in history of wars but never got her glory for dying in the concentration camp under the terrifying eyes of Nazi soldiers. Anne Frank was a German girl who was born on June 29, 1929, in Frankfurt, Germany. She had a sister named Margot, 3 years above her. Her mother was named Edith Frank, while her father, a lieutenant in the German during World War I, was named Otto Frank. The Franks were a typical middle-class German Jewish family. And at that time, anti-Semitism, which is a prejudice against or hatred of Jews, had been on the rise for several years in Germany. When the Nazi Party led by Adolf Hitler took control of the government in January 1933, the Franks moved to Amsterdam. Anne also described the move in her diary. Because we're Jewish, my father immigrated to Holland in 1933, where he became the managing director of the Dutch Apecta company, which manufactures products used in making jam. There, Anne began attending Amsterdam's 6th Montessori school in 1934. She had a very happy, a very normal childhood there. She had many friends, Dutch and German, Jewish and Christian, and she was a very, very bright student. But the Franks were put in a difficult position again, not long after that, when the Nazis invaded Amsterdam. The freedom and the lives of Jews who stayed there were in danger. On June 12, 1942, Anne got a red checkered diary as a present for her 13th birthday from her parents, and immediately wrote her first entry that day. In July 1942, a month later, Germans began sending Dutch Jews to concentration camps. The Franks attempted to emigrate to the United States but were denied visas, so they started making plans to go into hiding. And this is the beginning of the story. For 2 years, Anne Frank and the 7 others lived in secret annex in Amsterdam. Throughout those 2 years, Anne also wrote about events in the secret annex, but also about her feelings and her thoughts. In addition, she wrote short stories, quotes from her favorite authors, original stories, and the beginnings of a novel. Writing helped her pass the time. On August 4, 1944, German police stormed the secret annex. Everyone in hiding was arrested, but it is unknown how the police discovered the annex. On September 3, 1944, Anne, Margot, and all the people hiding in secret annex were sent to Auschwitz. There, the man and woman were separated. This was the last time Anne saw her father. Anne, Margot, and their mother Edith remained together doing hard labor until November 1, 1944, when Margot and Anne were transferred to Bergen-Belsen in Germany. But bad for them, Bergen-Belsen was very, very overcrowded, and infectious diseases were rampant. So after 3 months, Anne and Margot developed typhus. Margot died in February 1944, while Anne died just a few days later. The exact dates of their deaths are still unknown. Otto Frank, the father, was the sole survivor among the residents of the annex. So, that's it. The life of Anne Frank ended there. But her story remained everlasting. As a 13-year-old girl, Anne Frank was extremely thoughtful, intelligent, and well-spoken. Anne's descriptions of the time in hiding in the secret annex, her powers of observation and self-reflection, her fears, hopes, and dreams still make a deep impression for readers worldwide. And despite everything going on in the world around her, what she was going through as a developing teenager takes precedence in many parts of the diary. And this book, The Story of Anne Frank, was published in hopes that people will understand that war brings no benefit at all. It only causes sufferings to the people and wounds that will never heal. Through Anne's diary, we are all invited to be kind to each other and to prevent war happening at all costs. I hope what I gave to you today can be useful and entertaining. And thank you so much for listening. This has been Nila. Good morning.